We would like to thank all of our sponsors for the first ever Lorcana Battle of the Bay. Each of our sponsors has contributed towards the prizing of this event to make sure it is a complete success. And to all of our volunteers, thank you for your continued support. Together, we are stronger.
Welcome back, everybody, and we are ready for the next round of Disney Lorcana Azure at Sea. This is the 5th round of Swiss. The day is just flying by. It's 8 rounds of Swiss into a top cut. So the halfway mark of the first part of the tournament is done. I'll be getting the meta breakdown for you after this as well. I did allude to it just before. Amber Seal, the most popular deck, at 16%. Ruby Amethyst. Ruby Sapphire actually in at second with 15.3. Ruby Amethyst in at 14.5. Amethyst Steel, a lot more popular than we've seen in previous metagames, though, with a 13% representation, making it, I think, the 4th most popular deck, which is really nice to see. So Amber Steel, Ruby Sapphire, Ruby Amethyst, the top 3, but actually the 4th most popular deck, Amethyst Steel, with 13% of the metagame here this weekend. Emerald Steel, the 5th most popular, with a 9.2 representation. Emerald Amethyst with a 6.9. Amber Amethyst then at 4.6. So very, very big variety. We can see we've got a Ruby Amethyst player here to our left with the Maui Shark, which is of course a new card. Also see that Peter Pan Shadow Finder. On the other side, it is going to be Amber Steel for the first time today, with Cinderella hitting the board there to start things off. So it's the 2-game format. And just get the name of the players here. We've got Megan and Marilyn. Just going to work out who's playing which deck. But these are players up on the top tables. And it is Megan here to the right. Megan on the right playing the Amber Steel songs, and then Marilyn to the left on Ruby and Amethyst. So 2 decks which have always been top of the meta really in Lorcana, even going back to the first chapter. Interesting to see how both evolve and adapt as we see the snake come through on turn 2. 1 law apiece, 2nd whole new world drawn there by Megan. Probably not what you're looking for at this moment in time. Ariel into the Inkwell. For 3 ink, it's going to be that Shift Robin Hood. And it is going to be Daisy Duck questing again for 2, which will trigger. Go into hand, but will that matter? I have a feeling I know what's coming. It is going to be the Robin Hood being exerted to sing one of the 2 whole new worlds. Take your pick. Both players drawing 7 new cards. It's a quick start to this one, doing what Amber Steel does best, shifting in on turn 3 and getting that whole new world through. Marilyn just having to discard a whole bunch of cards. And it's going to be the Cinderella now being exerted to sing Strength of a Raging Fire. See you later, Snake. That is a very, very smooth operation there from the Amber Steel. Two ink to play with as it stands, but of course can ink. Marilyn can go there to 3 ink this turn, could start getting some things like brawl through onto this Daisy Duck, but if you're brawling Daisy Duck, you're not even contesting the Robin Hood at all. So Amber Steel with a lightning start here. It is going to be brawl. Has, of course, the option of targeting the Cinderella as well, but does go for that Daisy. Back on over to Megan, who's going to draw the Ariel. After that whole new world, both players with so many cards in hand to choose from. It's going to be 3 on the Ariel. Not sure how many songs are in the deck, but it does find 1. It's going to be the Strength. Rest go on to the bottom of the deck, of course. I've been seeing some players go for smaller Ariel counts, but playing cards like Gaston. But Ariel hitting on this occasion. Cinderella for that last ink remaining. It's a double quest, up to 6 now. And this is the power of Amber Steel. The Brawl was a nice option in the previous turn, but No characters down on the board at all after that Strength of a Raging Fire dealt with the snake. 4 ink now to play with, however. And it is going to be another brawl, this time dealing with Ariel. 1 ink still to spare, but not able to use it. But it's just the brawls are just playing catch-up. You're brawling one thing, meanwhile, Amber Steel is getting down 2 threats every single turn, it feels like. It is going to be another Robin Hood, and it's going to be a triple quest for a total of 4, up to 10. Halfway there now, Megan, with those 2 Robin Hoods on the board. And remember, it is 2-game format, so each player will have that opportunity to go first at least once. It was Amber Steel that went first in game number 1, I believe. You can see that is the ink to the 5th turn, which always suggests that this player went second. So it was Amber Steel that went first in game 1 here, and they got that whole new world through on turn 3, uncontested. It's going to be another brawl. 3 brawls in a row, but there still stands 2 Robin Hoods and a Cinderella. Those brawls are just not doing enough at this stage. The board can quest for a total of 5, getting Megan up to 15. No characters at all down on the board for Marilyn. It is going to be a triple quest for a total of 5. And I think the card played, though, was a Mr. Smee for 2 ink. We've seen 3 brawls in a row. Can we see the 4th brawl in a row? It's going to be a scoop. It's going to be a clean win for Amber Steel. It couldn't really have gone much better at all there for Megan, but it will now be Marilyn with the opportunity, with the lovely Minnie Mouse ears as well, to go first in this second game. Remember, 3 points per win, but in the 2-game format, if you get the 2-0, you get a bonus point for your troubles, and thus those bonus points can really be the difference on climbing the ranks. And of course, the higher the seed you get in Swiss, the better the chance you are to go first twice in the top cut as well. So F player's going to shuffle up and get ready for game number 2. Great to see everyone here in the chat. Hope you're enjoying the action here. If you're watching on YouTube, please do give the stream a like. We had some technical issues, so the original stream went down, which means we're at just 8 likes. Can't be having that, guys. Big shout outs to everyone organizing this event. It's a non-profit event, people coming together from the community to make this happen. 130 plus players in the main event here. Really awesome to see people from all kinds of different backgrounds enjoying themselves, having fun with Disney Lorcana with the new set. There's also some vendors here selling some enchanted cards and some custom things like that. But of course, we start off the new game, 0 lore each. And each player with 7 cards in hand to start things off, of course. With the mulligan, you can select as many cards as you wish to get rid of, and you replace them with however many you decide to go for. It will be Ruby Amethyst kicking things off as they went second in game 1. Currently 2 p.m. local time, 20 minutes past 2. Here in what is a very sunny day in California, unlike the rest of the week, which has been absolutely miserable and raining. We've had all kinds of storms, had like a flash flood warning emergency pop up on my phone yesterday, which was quite jarring. This is the 5th round. Both players are near the top tables, don't have an exact record. We'll see if I can get that for you. Don't have an exact record on the players, but they're very much in contention. You can see that genie in the opening hand there for the Ruby Amethyst player. It's going to be Maui into the Inkwell, and it is going to be a 1-cost card. It's going to be the Magic Broom. It's a good start for Ruby Amethyst. But on the other side, Megan also does have those 1-cost characters. In fact, an abundance of options. Robin Hood Inked, Cinderella, the option selected. Marilyn going to ready. Does draw into the snake, so the broom questing for 1 and then bouncing it back with the snake is an option. First law on the board already, thanks to that magic broom, and 2 ink spent exactly on that, the snake. But we did see Megan deal with that snake very, very easily in the previous game by singing that Strength of a Raging Fire with 3 characters down. It'll be Piglet, Pooh, Pirate, Captain into the Inkwell. The new Lilo card, an option here for Megan, does also have a couple of 1-cost characters in the form of Robin Hood and I believe Daisy Duck, if she wants to go for a Shinmiri special. It is the Shinmiri special with the Daisy Duck and the Robin Hood, the double 2-drop on turn 2, and there it is again, Deja Vu. Cindy singing Strength of a Raging Fire. See you later, Snake. A good start for Megan here. Marilyn being pinned back yet again by the Amber Steel songs. But now that the fact they're going second, so they're going first, does allow them to just have a bit more presence and can go for that Peter Pan Shadow Finder with Rush and Evasive to take out the Cindy. The turn 3 in the previous game, we saw Megan shifting the Robin Hood and singing A Whole New World, while Marilyn was at just 2 ink. But of course, with Marilyn going first, Marilyn's already at 3 ink now. Will we see Robin Hood shift again? We do. This Peter Pan cannot be challenged because it's evasive. We are in the Bay Area near San Francisco for this event, the Battle of the Bay. But it is 4 law to 1 as it stands. Didn't quite catch that Daisy trigger there, but looks like it might have been an Elsa added to hand. Certainly it's been drawn into, and it will be inked. 4 ink now available. Daisy with that 1/4 stat line. It's going to be 4 on a Genie, which allows the card draw as well. And the Peter Pan is going to challenge. I think we just had a card played there which shouldn't have been able to. See if that gets cleared up there. The Genie had just been played, so definitely hoping to see that just pull back. We'll see what happens. I think this Genie shouldn't have been able to challenge in that instance. Welcome back, though. We have had some technical issues with the internet. Apologies if we lost you earlier, but we are now back. This is the 5th round of Swiss. Genie gets rushed from Peter Pan. Oh my goodness, it's not a bug. I was just sat there panicking, but no. Peter Pan Shadow Finder gives rush to all evasive characters, and that is a combo. Look at that. The Peter Pan Shadow Finder and the Genie combining. That is just incredible. Peter Pan Shadow Finder giving the Genie rush. You thought the Genie was good? Imagine the Genie with rush. A 2/4 with evasive, the quest for 2, and has rush. That is obscene. Peter Pan Shadow Finder doing the absolute business. And I'm a very happy man because I've just been brought coffee and I didn't even have to ask for it. I love it here. 6 law to 1 as it stands. Amber Steel in the ascendancy despite going second. But Peter Pan Shadow Finder with Genie, that was so impressive. The play was so good that I thought they were breaking the rules of the game that we needed a judge call. Just shows what I know. Lilo is taken out by the brawl, but Lilo, of course, might be coming back. Lilo has the ability that at the start of your turn, you may pay 2 ink to play this from your discard, Exerted. Lumiere coming through. This gives +1 strength to all other characters. So Genie has 3 strength, Peter Pan has 4, and that's going to deal with the Robin Hood. Interesting decision on that trade, though. Robin Hood banished. Probably just wanting to deny Megan with that potential Whole New World play. Really high-level stuff so far. Loving that combo of Peter Pan Shadow Finder and Genie as well. Peter Pan Shadow Finder is such a good card to deal with Diablo, but it does feel a little bit awkward as a 3-cost uninkable. But if you can start making use of that ability to give your evasive cards rush, like that Genie, suddenly Peter Pan Shadow Finder looks even better this set than it has in the past, thanks to Genie. Zombie Lilo, as some people are calling it, was not played there though, even though it was an option. 2 ink was floated as well. Perhaps just forgetting about that Zombie Lilo as an option. It is going to be Genie on the board and Lumiere questing for 1. Could have left it ready, but it's going to be bounced back by the snake. So remember, Lilo, if you're going to replay Lilo, you have to do it before you even draw a card. So you don't have that information necessarily on what you're going to be drawing. It's Piglet, Pooh, Pirate Captain, and Rapunzel in hand here for Megan. And let's not forget, we're only a week into the new set. So cards like Lilo, players are not going to have had that much experience using it. It's going to be a double quest, Cindy and Daisy. So the Daisy trigger will come through. It's going to be Elsa added to the hand for Marilyn. That is the kind of card you want to be drawing into. An abundance of ink available for Marilyn. I think it's already 6 ink. Could go to 7, of course, and we know what that means. But it was another 2 ink floated, but remember, you don't know what you're drawing into. When you select not to play Lilo, you don't have the information of exactly what you're drawing into. If you play Lilo, you have to pay for it before you draw your card, and then you might draw into something you want to spend all 4 ink on. Lumiere is back in the building, and it's back on over to Megan. No Be Prepared played, holding on to it and just trying to gain board control without using that board clear. Still no sign of that Lilo. Which is in the discard, but remains in the discard not to be summoned. It's Rapunzel and Robin Hood available. Now, Rapunzel, at times like this, can be triggered by challenging and then healing with Rapunzel. The problem is, if Piglet challenges anything, it's only the Madam Mim, it gets removed. So no Rapunzel possibility right now in terms of card draw. It is going to be Piglet trading for Snake, and it's going to be 1 ink spent on Robin Hood. Play passes back on over to Marilyn, who's going to ready and draw, Be Prepared and Elsa in hand, and in comes a Lady Tremaine to join the party, and Lady Tremaine is going to be put straight down on the board, cleaning up that Robin Hood, questing for a total of 4, jumping up to 6. So it's 6 lore apiece. Amber Steel, 1 game 1, going first. Ruby Amethyst looking to win, going first themselves. Oh, hello, that's a card. Rapunzel gets inked, and it's time for Gantu. 4-3 stat line, it quest for 4. Really excited to see the power of Gantu, but is it too little too late? It's the crab that's drawn. Possibility to Elsa and exert poor old Gantu. Gantu's going to be exerted. Remember that Lumiere giving everything +1 strength. It's going to be the crab trading for the Gantu and the trigger, not forgotten about. And then a quest for a total of 5. 11 lore to 5 now is the score on the door. Lilo is in the discard and has to be played before drawing if you want to go for it. That is the downside of Lilo. If you want to do it, you have to play it. And then imagine you draw it into Gantu and you want to pay 5 ink for Gantu where you've already spent 2 ink on that Lilo. So Lilo hasn't quite put in the work just yet. Decides not to go for it. I like the decision. It's going to be Let the Storm Rage On for 3. Most likely Lumiere going to be the target as it will remove it from the board. That is the option. Card drawn is Zeus. Not enough ink spare to be playing it. It's another card drawn here from Marilyn. Can quest for 5 up to 16. But instead, quests up to 15 and then sings Friends with Elsa, drawing 2 more cards. Lumiere's back. Chernobog's followers enters the building, and just for good measure, there's a crab. Megan needs a board clear, and they need it right now. Zeus in hand, Pete the card drawn. That's not going to be able to stop the Ruby Amethyst questing power. And it is going to be 1 game apiece between Megan and Marilyn here, up on the top tables. GG to both players taking advantage of going first. And we see Amber Steel and Ruby Amethyst win 1 game apiece. 3 points go to each player. And that was the 5th round of Swiss here at the Battle of the Bay. 8 rounds of Swiss is going to be the total. Onto a top cut. Closed deck list to begin with, but it will be open deck list as we move on into the tournament. How are you enjoying your day so far?
It's been fun, really fun. Yeah, absolutely. It's nice, even though we're kind of in the more, like, I guess, these higher tables, but everybody's really nice. I mean, it's a Disney game, so I think the environment's really good and everybody's really friendly, so yeah.
I feel the same way. I've been fairly in the top tables too. And
amazing.
No mean opponents, so.
Okay, that's always good.
Yeah.
So what's the Disney Lorcana community like in this part of the world? It seems very friendly.
Absolutely. No, I every time I go to league or whatever on weekdays and just regularly, everybody's super nice. This is the first TCG that I've played, so the community has taught me everything that I know. And so I'm definitely really happy. I was really nervous before I started Lorcana. My husband played other TCGs and he's like, oh, it's so competitive, you shuffle bad, they'll think you're cheating, and I was so nervous.
I'm very bad at shuffling.
I'm so bad at shuffling. So yeah, it's been really nice. Definitely not like that at all.
Awesome.
I've had a very similar experience. This is my first TCG, but I'm a Disney lover through and through. So I was hoping that playing a Disney game, I would meet other Disney fans and have, I mean, my first couple of leagues were with a starter deck, and I didn't know how to, I was doing a lot of wrong plays, and everybody was super patient with me and super kind, and they still are, so I do love Lorcana.
Amazing. Have you got a favorite card?
I don't know. I don't play Emerald anymore, but I really love the Cursed Merfolk.
Nice, that's
classic.
a good choice.
Yeah,
that is
it's
a
too
very
good.
good choice.
I love the goat.
Okay, it's another good
Yeah.
choice. Any matchups you're particularly worried about for your decks? So,
Yes, Ruby Sapphire.
Okay, so have you avoided it so far?
I've avoided it so far. It's been great. I've actually played until now a different color combo every single round, so it's been very fun,
Awesome.
very diverse.
I'm worried about discard,
Okay.
Emerald Steel,
Yeah.
and I'm worried about any hyper aggro.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
I did see last round a semi kind of hyper aggro, a purple steel, and we won one, and it was a fight both
I
rounds.
can imagine.
Yeah.
How are you finding set 6 so far? Only a week into it?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've barely played.
Okay. That's
I was
fair.
pretty ill-prepared for today, I must say.
Are you doing well so far? So
I love set 6. I have a Winnie the Pooh pirate deck cooking. I have a Blurple deck cooking. I have all kinds of decks. I had to go with reliable today because I didn't have enough time to prepare, but I got all kinds of stuff going.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for the game, and thanks for joining us. Any last words you'd like to say, like thanks or shout outs, or you can also say no?
You can go first. Let me think.
I just want to shout out my husband because he always encourages me to do better. And my round 3 match was Ed, the winner of Fort Worth, and I was shaking. I was like, I just drop, and my husband was like, no, you go in there and you play. So he's the best.
Before you said it, I was going to say my husband, and now it sounds cliche, but I'll also say my husband. He started me with the TCGs and everything I learned, even like how to not save 7 cost cards in the first round because I think they're good. He taught me everything, so definitely shout out to him.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for joining us. I went to Pixar Studios earlier this week, and we've got a video from me at Pixar.
Ooh.
Pretty cool. Let's watch it. Yep, so here I'm at Pixar Studios in California, which is absolutely mental to be here, and just had a tour of the studio. We played some Lorcana up in the top room. I played against 4 different Pixar employees. They have a little locals that they go to at the studio, and I got smoked. I lost 4 games, winning 0 times, but I kind of like that. That just shows you the Pixar guys, they know what they're doing. They play Lorcana and they take it pretty seriously, which is really, really amazing. Really cool facilities. You can see there's like a little soccer pitch over here, or football as I'd like to call it. We went through and looked at the animation studios as well, where there's always these custom offices that the animators have built themselves. There was a submarine, there was a castle, there was like a little tiki hut, which people had turned into their own offices. Like super amazing vibes, and everyone like super proud to be working on it. There's big theaters that they've got here. I think 7 different cinemas or something like that in the building, which is just mental. And the Steve Jobs building, as its name, with like really cool architecture. We learned all about it. We saw a lot of the old history of Pixar. Absolutely mind-blowing to be here, super surreal. And wow, it's been so much fun to meet all the big guys working at Pixar, and really looking forward to Pixar coming to Lorcana, as I'm sure they are as well. We know that's coming in 2026. Super amazing to be here, and what a day it's been. So cool to be here, so surreal.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Pixar film?
That's a good question.
Not to put you on the spot.
I watched Soul. I really liked Soul.
Oh, yeah.
And I really loved Elemental recently.
Oh, yeah.
I love that one.
It's such a lovely film.
Because I've been watching quite a lot recently, a lot of mainly Disney films, to be honest, because Lorcana.
Yeah, sure.
But at the same time, I've been watching quite a few Pixar ones more recently.
Nice.
Historically, it would have to probably be Finding Nemo.
Oh yeah, that's such a good one.
Can't go wrong.